Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday. I remember what I remember what day it is today. And homeless, you are first. And look at all the emotes. I like all the emotes. All right, so I moved the camera again. This time it's not right here. It's more right here. And yeah, it's okay. I can't quite get it the way I want, but it's close. It's pretty close. So, homeless, what are you up to today? Oh, and my browser's not showing up. Let's get this. There we are. Now the browser's here. And Sophie Treat, she was waiting for a minute. Now she's back. That's it. Thank you for that. She always appreciates it. She does. Whoops. There we are. All right. What did I do yesterday? I played a little bit of Power World yesterday, but not a huge amount. And outside of that, I worked on the game a bit. But then I had some miscellaneous stuff that I had to try to get done here, because I leave first thing in the morning for a work trip. So I was trying to get some stuff done. All right, let's try some music today from the VHS channel, and let's see how that goes. Homeless, you're getting ready for a walk with Homeless Junior to get a new pool toy. Nice. When I lived in New Hampshire, all my furniture was blow up furniture. So like stuff you could use in a pool, right? We had blow up couches. The bed was a blow up. It was a very very much like a party place. So all the furniture was blow up. So if you spilt beer or any all that other stuff on there, all you had to do was you could take it out and hose it off and you were good to go. But it also made moving, if I had to, really, really easy because all you had to do is just, move it between like you could deflate everything and put it into a vehicle. Yeah. Easy clean, easy moving, you like it. Exactly. It was literally blow up furniture, right? It was like this stuff. Like these, right? It was really blow up furniture. And I had one for like a bed, the couch. We had chairs that were that way. We had all kinds of random stuff. Me and a couple of people that lived there. So, but that was like 20 something years ago. That was fun. Good times. All right. What else we got? Yeah, so I leave early in the morning. I think I have to catch a Uber about 6. And then get to the airport. I fly out, and then I'll be at work for the week. Yeah, there won't be too much. It'll be a busy day, but we'll see. All right. I don't have any other game news since yesterday, right? Like I said, I played a little bit of Pal World, but that was about it. Yeah. So, oh, I need to put in here this. All right, we were talking yesterday about how the inventory should look, right? And this is the inventory bag broken down into the number of slots. So it's 20 slots, right? I'm starting at slot 0, but 20 slots. The blue are your equipped items, and the orange are your regular inventory. So, might as well just drop over. And I'm not sure that camera position is going to be the best. It's up higher, like it's way up here, and so you lose me a little bit. Sometimes, like if I lower my head, the hat covers everything. So I don't know. I need to try to get it like here, right? But there's not much space right there, so I don't know how I'm going to do that. Well, we shall see, I guess, right? All right, so this is the inventory. The way it's working, let's start the game. Just punch it. That'll give me space. Okay. We'll fix it. Yeah, and it's only because I don't... Did I save the picture? No. And it's only because of this, right? So if we do a square, or a rectangle, I should say, we'll have one this way, and then we have one this way. All right, and then put that like this. This goes this way. And right now, the camera is like right there. Yesterday, I tried it here, and it was a little bit too much over on the side. So I moved it here, but now it's up high because these are up high, right? This one's directly in front of me. But yeah, I'd like to get this right there. I just don't know how I'm going to get that. You love the song? It's a good morning song? Yeah. Trisp, good morning. Afternoon. Welcome in. Welcome in. And Q, how are you doing this morning? We're just talking about how I rearranged a little bit, and yesterday I had the camera here because I turned this monitor vertical, right? But now the camera's up there, so it's a little bit high, right? But I would like to get it here. I just need to figure out how to mount it right there. So I don't know yet. So it's a little weird, but it's up there. Q, how's Pal World? Let's try to say the name. How's Pal World going? I played for a little bit yesterday. I have not put a huge amount of time into it, But yeah. And like I said, I've been playing. I started my character late Thursday night and played a little bit Friday morning. Well, I started the world, I should say, late Thursday night after the launch. And then a little bit on Friday morning, a little bit Friday night, and just a little yesterday. I'm not real far. I'm only like level 11. The Power World changes have been good. Excellent. I haven't been into one of the dungeons yet. I did do a tower. I did the first tower with a Buzzbeat, Buzz something. The yellow electric Pokemon. The tower with Zoe. Yeah. Grizzbolt. That's it. Yep. Yeah, I did that one. I feel like that battle is a lot easier than it was in the past. So, I was only a level 11. I mean, it took me using, all the pals, but like, yeah. I don't know. I just felt like some of the attacks, like they changed it up a little bit. So, yeah. So yesterday, the issue here with my game was some of the inventory stuff, right? This is the new inventory. I finished up after stream yesterday. I worked on some of these extra slots that are now here, right? So they all, most of them, except for this one, all have little icons in them now that show you what's going to go there. So you'll know this goes there, your helm goes up here, like this, right? This is going to be your offhand one. So basically like for the shield. And Jiggly, welcome in. How's it going? It's nice to see you. An interactive UI, that sounds fun to make. It's, it's getting there. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm actually, I'm enjoying making this. The inventory, right? And I have it so all the pieces move around. But if you try to put one of the gear into the wrong slot, right, it won't let you. So they have the correct slots to go in. Basically, it just has like a flag on it. Like helm, has to go up into here. And it equates to armor class. They all have an armor class point. And as you add it, your points go up. I haven't quite hooked up the stat points yet, but the numbers work, right? So you can add to it right now. They don't really do anything yet. Damage is accurate. Attack modifier is accurate, and AC not really active yet, but it's there. It's getting there. So, and with that, I was working on the store, trying to make sure this was showing up accurate. None of the pieces were offset because of the other inventory. And I think I'm going to probably give some color to these ones. Maybe just make them orange. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking. Oh, that did mess it up. Dang it. It's this odd little bug. It moved when I sell this, it moved everything over. It's like removing all the slots. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Right? And does it hold it on this? Yeah, it holds it on the regular inventory too. Did I use constructors or structs for that kind of system, or is it objects and instances? It's kind of both. I mean, like, well, these are objects, right? The inventory pieces. But what I did was, let's close it here. So I have a constructor, right? Set up here. And then I built my items following the constructor system. You know, but the items are their actual objects for the most part. Like these are showing, it's just showing the sprites for some of this stuff, you know, but if it has an interaction to it, then it builds it in and pulls in the object. So we do need to make a, we're going to put it in here. We need to make a shield. We could probably do that at some point here too. So that way we can test it with a shield. But yeah, it's an odd little bug. It took me a bit to try to get my structure correct for how the inventory slots are, right? But I don't know. This was the best way I could get it done. So, Jiggly, you've learned your favorite part of game dev is making the systems, not the gameplay. You love doing stuff like that. Excellent. I like multiple aspects of it. I really enjoy designing this stuff. So after I've made everything, I like building the maps and putting stuff in where it needs to be. I enjoy that. But I do enjoy designing this whole inventory system with the constructor. It's been fun. And like I said, I've enjoyed figuring it out and putting it in as I go. So, yep. All right, let's do shield level 1, new item data. There. Oops. See why you can't do that. There we go. Let's call it shield level 1. SPR shield. And I put the shield in yesterday. So we're going to make this, and then we'll add it to our starting inventory just for testing. Keep it consistent. Shield of normal quality. Should really be subpar quality. All right, so it's gonna be whoops, that needs to be outside of that. False. So, and shield, that needs to be my string. Jiggly, your last project was a GLTF importer script. Oh, okay. It reconstructs a 3D model using custom struct types and populates a dynamic vertex buffer and sprites for texture. It's really cool to decode the GLTF and convert it into something GameMaker Studio can use. Nice. That sounds real technical and advanced. I'm glad you could figure that out. I would struggle trying to figure that out. All right. Now we have a shield put in. It should be set. We're going to come down to here. We're going to do global player inventory. Add item global, if I can spell it, inventory, shield level 1. There we are. So now when we start the game, it should be there. You've used a lot of YouTube, yeah, and some AI help, but thankfully the GLTF spec documentation is free online. Nice. It's amazing how much I've always relied on like YouTube for trying to learn stuff. All right. OBS seeing this yet? Yeah. All right, so now we have a shield, and it goes into there. So when and it recognizes the AC, so your armor class, right? It goes up by 1. With everything equipped, you should have a armor class of 5 when you start. And I haven't figured out whether or not I want all that to be in your bag when you get started so that you start with a set of armor, or if there's just like a thing where somebody's like, oh, don't forget your old equipment's hanging out in, storage, and you got to go open it and get your storage, like you get your gear. Haven't figured that out yet, but this is for testing, at least for now. And we have a Sophie. Oh, she heard it. She came running. All right, sit. We have a Sophie treat. There we are. She knows I'm leaving for the week, and because she saw my suitcase, so she has been hanging out near me all the time now. Pavlov's dog, yeah, I've tried. Like, she gets pretty good. Sometimes it's hearing people's names. Sometimes she can hear the dog bark, and so she'll come over. But she works for treats. That's all. All right, so we have shield, all this stuff. This gives it there. I think that's looking pretty good. The other 2 item slots, I don't really know what this is going to be yet. I'm thinking it's going to be for like magic items or something. And then I made a slot for keys. I think that'd be good. Instead of having your keys take up a regular inventory slot, it'd be equipped, like hanging on your side or something. Let's do job. All right, so journal is updating fairly correctly. I still have to work on what it's going to look like, but it's updating. I think sometimes it doesn't always go into the done category, but we're going to test that out right after we finish this. Test it. And this is the tutorial now. This is the battle one. I do want a tutorial for the first couple times, like you open things, right? The first time you open your inventory, there'll be ones that point to different things on the inventory, right? And help you. Yeah, I think that works pretty good. And we have treasure chests now that show up. Right now, it's almost 100%, but it'll be a lower percent chance after every battle a chest will show up. I think the attacking is going fairly smooth. Using an item or opening your inventory, I should say, is one action point, right? Although it made it attack as well. I need to figure that out. But it allows you to come in here and use an item while you're in combat. So no sound to it, but if you right click on the item, it got used, and eating food heals you. We don't have any skills yet. Oh, that's weird. If I double... All right, hold on. Let me make a note. If I double click on skills, it allows the player to attack. All right. We'll save, try to figure that out. I got a couple things that I am trying to work on here in my list, but... And what else has been updated recently? I've changed the size of the bars here. So your AP, which you can't see because it's behind where I'm at, XP bar and HP all got shrunk down a little bit. All right, let's see if I can do a defend. Nice. All right, what do we have? 7 out of 10. So it's still correctly calculating what you need. And the number of enemies you run into is ranging. It's between 1 to 5. Now, if you're... It's set to levels. So if you're a level 1 player, it should not give you the 4 or the 5 quantity of enemies. All right, we have 10 out of 10. Let's go turn that one in. There we go. Okay, so finishing the first quest, right, with the number of enemies you kill and turning it in will make you hit level 2. All right, so we earned 20 copper. That should probably be higher. I haven't quite balanced it properly yet. Yeah. I know it should probably be higher, but so if we hit inventory, we have 20. Why? And why did all this move? It's because I used the apple. All right, so that is an interesting bug. Into my notepad here. When using an item, food, other inventory items, shift slots. All right, I don't really know why it's doing that yet. But that's what's happening. So now we finished that. Can I? No. See, my done button is no longer working. I find when I fix stuff, I also tend to break stuff. Journal. The done button is not showing. Completed quest. Okay. Yeah, this one I just don't know why when we use an item it's shifting everything over. I don't know. So if I use that, well, it didn't do anything there. Interesting. All right. Well, let's grab the next quest. Lizards. So I should have had more money than that. Let's go down and just fight a rat real fast. All right, so we're at 5 cop. Oh, I do have more money than that. Okay. I wasn't paying attention. All right, never mind. It's working. All right, all my stuff's in the right place. There's the line. Separates grasslands from the marsh. All the enemies are pretty hidden, right? Devonites, welcome in. How's your morning? Or day? Depending where you are. All right. Now we have all the enemies. Okay. Well, end turn. It should only be 2 of them. Okay, then I get my turn back. This part still looks like it's going okay. The item inventory stuff is being weird, and it attacks when I open it, so I don't really know what's going on there, but let's get in there. Oh, there was a sneak attack in there. I feel like it was instant. There was another enemy hanging out. Oh, it's in a repeat. That's not the way it's supposed to be. All right, where's my notepad? Combat with lizard folks doesn't end and just starts a new combat. All right. What if I run away? Will that get me out of it? No. I'm in a loop. Well, what happens if I die? All right, I have 2 HP left. Let me end my turn again. Oh, yeah, I gotta switch that one still. All right, that got me out of it. And I came back with only 14 health. All right, so I still need death animation for new player character. When rezzing, player should be fully healed. All right. At least I remembered all this, and I needed just a couple more to turn that in. I wonder why it's being that way. They're also... Oh, now it shows up. All right, well, that's... I got some stuff out of order, apparently. Death monologue shows up hub, not after player reses. All right. And what happened? I got a bug. So this is the bug. Script slot open, return items undefined. All right, let's take that. Let's put that right here for a minute so that I can close this. there's a difference between inventory and the store being open with inventory. And I've been running into this a little bit, like this, like these issues. I think I want check my restock. So my restock here, new inventory 9. I think, no, this should be right because there's 9 slots on the inventory. So, oh, that's the object. If store here. So we have 9 versus the player has 20 slots. So global call, right? We have a bunch of items that get restocked on the bar keep. Variable items. My range. It always provides you, at minimum, it's going to provide 4 of those items, right? I think I need to change some of this. And we want it to be, I think I'll make it like a variable for a slot. And then we'll say if the slot is less than 9, then we do global inventory add item, global barkeep inventory. And this should be changed to items array of slot. And then data is the random item, quantity is 1. All right. I think we can try that. So if slot is less than 9, global bar keep inventory dot items slot let's try data random item quantity 1. And we don't need this anymore. All right, make sure I kept all these correct. 1, 2, and that closes that one. Okay. Did it start? Yes. I always hate when I change stuff and then the game doesn't start. I'd rather the game start so I could get bug messages than the game not starting. Sometimes I don't always get a message with that. Let's see. Inventory looks like it's opening okay. And it wasn't all the time. It was random when this happened.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Hello.
Another happy landing.
Have a happy landing. Good morning, Jeepin. Jeepin, I'm not sure I 100% like where my camera is. But I guess I'll have to keep playing with that. Right? So the camera is now way up here. If we look at my little drawing of my screens, right? It's up here now. What was it? Yesterday, I had it over here. And before, it was like right here when this screen was like horizontal. But now that it's vertical, it's up here. So, not entirely sure. And it's going to be where it's going to stay. But, that's all right. You're up early. Up early for a Sunday. All right, what do we need to do? We need to go do some stuff. You liked the way I had it yesterday. So on the side. More like here. So instead of it being like here, looking more down, it was more over here at an angle. Okay. Well, I think after stream today, then what I'll do is I'll take it from here and reattach it to the mount that's right there. And we'll just leave it there for a while. I would like to move it so that it's right there. Right? Like right here. But I can't find a way to properly mount it in there because of the way the top monitor is and how it sits. So no good. But we'll get it. Well, I'll figure it out. All right. Let's try starting this again. All right, this time we have 9 items. And it's stacking, so that seems to be good. All right. And I still have that. Let's go do a fight. And let's see if we can get the bug to activate again. No? All right. That seems to be pretty good. All right, maybe the issue is fixed and it won't crash anymore. I do have to solve the issue with the lizards. I just don't know. All right, so on here, we'll get rid of this. We seem to have solved that. In our item data, we made the shield. So we have 5 pieces of gear, right? You have, well, 6 if you include your sword. Sword, helm, chest, gloves, boots, shield. Which really kind of opens it up for me to here. I'm putting level 1 after all this entry level stuff. And then as you progress, you'll get different level gear, right? All right. You look at my list. I have this issue where occasionally start it again. It doesn't seem to happen when you're just opening the inventory bag, but when you are in combat and use the inventory, right? So if I here and I take this should, if it works, all this will get moved. Okay, so none of that happened. But now, if we go do a combat and we open inventory, if I use up one of these, no, it didn't do it this time. Do another action, come into here and say, oh, I need to use this. Okay, so I don't know why that's doing that. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it's not doing it. Seemed to have been random, maybe. Right, if we run, does that work on this one? Yeah. Running, the lizards are kind of jacked, right? So they're not quite working properly. By that, I mean when you defeat one wave, it immediately rolls into another battle, and you can't run away because it brings you back into the battle. Yeah. All right. Well, what else we have? Death animation stuff. When resing, player should be fully healed. Yeah. And I don't have conversations yet with these characters, except for Arlock. And I don't know if you can hear her, but a certain particular small little feathered friend here is sitting behind me, wants uncovered. Luckily, ads are starting. It looks like in about a minute. When they do, I'm gonna take a beer right back. I'm gonna grab some more coffee, and then uncover R1. Yep. All right. I think this stuff it seems to be okay. And then what else we want to try to work on? We'll probably try to make it so that if we die, we come back and fully healed. But like I said, ads are about to go off. As soon as they do, I'm going to take that beer rate back. And there they are. All right. I will see everybody in a few moments. So hang tight. Okay, we're back. Now I kind of want to move the camera, but that's all right. Let's think about this. I was unable to repeat the items moving in the inventory when you used up a food. So inadvertently, when it fixed the one thing, I think it maybe fixed that. What I think we should try to fix is I think we should make it so that when the player dies, the player reses with full health. Right? And we're going to test that. We're going to try to make sure that it wasn't some sort of fluke and that oops. Speed run. All right, let's go down. Let's get caught here. This will put us into a loop. So we're just going to keep ending turn. Oh, I got to finish end the tutorial. Oops. And I don't have the equipment. I don't have the gear equipped. So, my damage is only 1 because I'm punching the lizard versus using a sword. So we're going to end turn again. This one doesn't attack because it's in the back row. So it's just going to take a few times. Six. What are we at? 4. All right, so it switches and shows the older character because I don't have a death sequence made up yet for this one. But that time healed me all the way. Well, if we come all the way down again, let's go into another fight. Yeah. All right, we're going to end turn again. And dungeon. I'll join you, homeless. Thank you for running that. Oh, I said your name. And a certain someone got up and came over. All right, so that one re-healed. All right. I don't know. That must be... It seems random on it doing it. What happens if I die in... Oh, here's the text. So this is that monologue text. She associates your name with the T word. Yes. Yes. It was like what Jiggly said earlier, like sort of a Pavlov response to names and what he's going to get. So, yeah. All right. Let's go fight some rats. Let's get killed at fighting the rats and see what happens. This is going to take a while with them only doing 2 points, but it's 4. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll be down to like 20. And turn again. And mental, welcome in. Let's go fight some rats. Is how your kids started their first D&D adventure. Yes. Yes. Rats are always rats are always kind of how D&D gaming adventures. I have like a dog hair or something. There we go. Yeah. So the first quest that you do in this RPG is to go fight rats. And right now we're letting them kill us because we want to test to see how the death of a character looks fighting these ones versus the lizards, right? Like the lizard folk. I still have to make a death animation for this character, so I swapped it out, right? I changed how my character looks. So this is the current one. When it dies, it'll show the old character sprite. There, that was the old one. All right. So we die, and it goes back to the pub, and it says, "Oh, what a crazy dream I just had. Glad that didn't really happen." But it healed us all the way up. So I think that other one was a fluke. I haven't been able to reproduce that yet. All right, so far we tested with the lizard and we tested with the rats. The lizard, you respawn here. The rats show up and you respawn back in here. But I think I'm going to make everybody respawn back to the middle of town. Well, maybe. Yeah, if you die, you should go back to town, I think. I am going to make it so that if you have the wisp as a companion, the wisp helps and will prevent a death once every in-game day or something like that, right? Like uses up the energy or whatever, and it's like, oh, I can't do any more than that. And inventory seems to be doing well. So everything has a spot now. I need to make it so that if you double click on it, it'll auto go to a spot, but I'll get that eventually. Yeah. And if I use an item, it's not readjusting those spots. Before, If I use this one, it made everything move over by 1. So much to consider with an RPG. You have yes. I have like I have stuff everywhere, right? This was what I was working on last night with adding in a couple new slots. So now this is the inventory bags with how the slots are laid out. I have a spreadsheet that has multiple tabs on it, and I try to keep track of everything. Yeah, making an RPG. Yeah, I gotcha. Yep. Yeah, I have a spreadsheet that I try to keep track of everything. It's tough. I still don't know what I'm going to put here. I think it's going to be a magic item or magic like spot, right? I just don't know what yet. This one I made into keys, and I put all the like your regular gear on the right hand side, and this side is your main hand, offhand, probably magic, and then keys. That way it doesn't take up your bag. So, and let's go look at make sure the wisp is where it should be. The weather systems are working pretty good. You can see it's raining now. And it goes through random rain, like weather events. So it's currently only got sunny, cloudy, or stormy. All right, so there's the wisp. So now the wisp is meant to kind of follow you, but the lerping is a little weird. So it kind of does a weird shift around you, but it's getting there. Not sure what you are thinking for magic item, but I'm not really sure. We were talking about it yesterday on stream and trying to come up with something for this extra slot, right? And it's a kind of an equipped item somewhere. But something you have not seen before is the concept of a charm. How would a charm, like the charm, work? I kind of like that. Sounds like a neat idea, actually. All right, let's go into the web whiteboard, which, by the way, anybody in chat can join the web whiteboard. It should be pinned at the top of chat, and you can come in here. You can, say hi, draw, or come over and figure out some stuff, right? So, all right, let's do equip item, and we're going to say charm. So how would a charm kind of work? The charm could be anything from ring, i.e. ring, amulet, belt. But the magic makes it not work with other magic items. All right, so do the items have benefits? Yeah, you can only have... Oh, I see. Yeah, you can only have one ring on, one necklace, belt, that kind of stuff. How does a charm work in RPG games? Charm typically work in one of two ways: as a magical spell status effect used to influence enemies, or as equipable items that provide passive buffs. Maybe we could have a whole bunch of different types of charms, and they all provide different passive buffs to the player, or to the party, or to whatever, because you'll obtain companions through this. So you only have one equipped. Yeah. All right, let's go in here. Let's put that there. Right. I like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a ruin. It could be any sort of charm, right? But it's something like you clip onto you and it'll work. And you can make different types of, for the character, for different type of buff it gives the player. Yeah. I'd like to make it so that I think you would update your companion with what they are equipped with, like what their gear is. And this could be another thing. You could think of different charms to give to your companion to use to help with, like, strategic wise, based on what you're using. So all right, so the companion can also have a charm slot. We can also add in stat buffs that affect. Yeah. That affect the party. I.e. like AoE. All right. Effect. All right. I think this is a good idea. I like this. All right. There. Now, Mendel, if you want, I will make it so that you're a NPC wandering around. Homeless Junior is behind a tree here, but there. So you're gonna be an NPC that'll wander around like town and different places, right? So the question is, how do you want your name to be? I'll put you in here. And where would you want to be? Do you want to be outside wandering around, or do you want to be like in a tavern, or just somewhere random? All right, so this is going to be a charm slot somewhere random. Okay. And how do you want your name? Do you just want it like that? I can leave the underscore in it too. If yeah, no underline. Okay. Yeah, we got lots of different people in here. We even have homeless here with their kid in it. So we have Homeless Meat Jr. is in the game as well. Go back into my debug run. Okay, so we have a charm, and we have the nice thing is I've been working on stats, right? None of these actually do the strength through charisma doesn't really do anything yet. You can apply your stat points to it, but it doesn't do anything yet. Damage is based on the type of weapon that you have. So if I take it away, it does nothing. My attack modifier is bare hands, basically. So if I take this away, I'm only going to do 1 point of damage. Because I currently have damage plus attack modifier equating to how much... Excuse me. How much damage I do, right, as a player. And yeah. And we fixed this yesterday. So if you come up here and you press E, it zooms it in and you can see the sign. And the reason I had that is because I was going to make a signpost, and maybe it'll be like right here or something, or like there. And you can zoom in on it and it'll show you the direction where things are. All right, let's pick up the other companion here. All right, so they follow okay. The lerping's not 100% smooth, but it's not bad. Let's go see what it looks like in a fight. All right, so we have our companions, right? The Wisp is not a one that fights. Your other one does. So it's on the companion's turn. I can either choose auto attack or choose attack, and then the types of attack. The first companion you're going to get is your ranged attack, right? So it shoots in like an arrow. And then it's my turn. And the idea behind your companion is it's going to help complement your attack style, right? So your primary is melee. So you're only able to attack the front two, like the first row. Right, so we'll attack like that one. We'll end turn. It skipped the back row one, went to the companion. And with this, you can choose anyone because you're essentially using a crossbow, right? But it allows you to hit the second row. And I think that works pretty good. The Wisp kind of hangs out. We'll chit chat. I'm going to make it so that if you drop below a certain percent on your health, that it will then try to help and heal you a little bit, right? But you don't really acquire the Wisp until you're on the quest to go find Tavian here, your companion. So 1, 2, 3. That's like 4 quests in. An auto attack, only 1 there, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. And Arlok is up and running, walking around. I thought you, Arlok, were assigned to your table. I don't know why you're moving. So the cool thing is today is going to be a local game dev guild meetup, right? And I'm gonna have the I'm gonna bring my game in, and it's going to be attached like on one of the computers there, and we'll have I'm gonna get other people to test it and try it, and hopefully get some good feedback on some of the stuff. That's what you double checked. The verb is effect. So you change the spelling back and add a line on the whiteboard. Oh, okay. Stat buff should only affect the party when equipped in the chime slot. True. Chimes held in bag are inert, have no effect. Oh, okay. All right. I always get the spelling mixed up. But I'm glad you looked that up. Yeah, and I agree 100%. I think if it's in your inventory, in here, in the orange spots, it's not going to do anything. It has to be equipped to activate it. Right. And then the only other spot will be for keys. And that way the keys will stay out of your bag. They'll just stack up here. Like on a key ring or something. Yep. So you can carry an extra around for like extra gold, fine, but if you don't equip it, it doesn't work. True. That is correct. It'll be the same thing like the charm. If it's inside your inventory, so in your backpack, you're not going to be able to use it to open a box, right? Like a treasure chest or a door. But if it's equipped, it'll be on a key ring on like your belt, and you could use it to open a door or a treasure chest. Yeah, that's it. At least that's the idea in the concept behind it. We have sword, shield, helm, chest, gloves, arm, legs, boots. And then we have 12 slots of normal inventory. Which is more than the store, right? So if you come in and talk to the barkeep and you go here, the barkeep currently only has 9 slots. And I think that's how most of all the stores are going to be. I still have to make a store and all that stuff for the blacksmith. The witch has one already, and she sells potions. So now some items work no matter what, right? If you have like the sheep shears in your backpack, you'll be able to use it from your backpack. Yeah, as long as it's on you, you'll be able to use that. Otherwise, you're going to have to sit there and, like, I don't have a quick slot, right? So unless somehow I make these bottom three into almost like a quick bar, and if it's in the quick bar, it would show up down here as items you can use. So we'll cheat a little bit. Let's run super fast. Right? Use my debug run. Oh, where is he? He's over here. All right. Static quest. You got to go find the shears, which we just cheated and ran and did it. And you talk to him again. And now we have sheep shears here. There's that little inventory bug. All right. So the idea with these is if it's maybe on these bottom three, it's items you can use. Right? Which means I'll have like 3 quick slots showing up down here. And it could be a tool. So like if we come up here and press E, we sheared the sheep. And now we have wool. But the sheep shear is on the quick bar. So if it's inside your backpack without being on the quick bar part, maybe you can't use it. I think so, right? Let's cheat. We'll give ourselves the first 3 quests. So now we're level 4. Missing adventure. That's Tavian. That's who's in here. We're kind of doing things out of order. Normally, it would send you in to go find Tavian into the caves. But you need the wisp. It sends you to go find the wisp. Because the wisp can see in the deep dark of the caves. All right, so perfect. Fountain, also you didn't think I was back. Yeah. And this should be when Paul comes out. There's Paul. Paul doesn't walk in a straight line, though. He's a little awkward walker. Oh, now he's running. Now we're walking. All right, so Paul arrives after you find Tavian, right? And you can't get through here. So we'll talk to Paul the lumberjack. Which Paul the lumberjack reminds me of Paul Bunyan. Which is you know. I thought about having like a little blue ox follow Paul, but you know. Okay, so Paul needs you to get his axe sharpened. You take the axe, Paul's axe, over to the blacksmith, which is behind my debug panel. All right, so now we have the sharpened axe. Yes. That's our quest item. We're going to take it back to Paul. All right, so Paul chops up that tree. We have one more conversation with him. Says there, the ancient forest is open again. Got more trees to go clean up. Good work out there. Oh, one more thing. What's that? There's a witch out in the forest. Sells unique items, they say. I wouldn't mess with her. Noted. Launch yourself in there. Later, off you go to clear more trees. All right. Ancient forest is unlocked. You gain some XP. And now we're into the ancient forest. And the wisp says funny things. So, there's a wolf up on the ridge. Enter the witch cave. And obviously I'm still trying to figure out what I'm putting in here. But the witch is time locked. Right? So if it's daytime, the witch isn't out. Can't find her. So we're going to cheat. We're going to switch it day and night. We're going to hit N. Make it nighttime. And there is the witch. Oh, sort of conversation with the witch. You can chit-chat with her or use the shop. And I think I just caused a bug. I did. So... this is my bug. Oh, it's kind of related to the same stuff. Restock. Serbia. In inventory. And homeless coming in with the dungeon. I'll join you on that dungeon quest. Alright, I need that function. It's right here. This is my issue. I need it to be similar to... how did I do inventory for brewer, the barkeep? Oh, I said new inventory 9. Okay. Let's change that. equals new inventory 9. Let's see if, well, now we got to do that whole thing again. So to cheat, let's put her right here for cheating. All right, so we need to be nighttime. There she is. We'll ignore the conversation. All right. It's, oh, whoops. Did I just sell my home? I did. All right, so the slots are off a little bit. This is overlapping with the witch, which is fine. We'll fix that up. This player should get moved over a little bit. This can come over just a little bit, but the shop is pulling from the correct inventory. So this is where you're going to get your potions. Yeah. This is the Lesser Forest Remedy. A fizzing red brew that mends wounds. Tastes like copper and cherries. Homeless, are you off walking around taking Homeless Junior to get some new pool toys? In daytime, and she goes away. All right. So, quest 3, as you come in for the fight the skeletons. You got to go have breakfast, but it was awesome hanging out this morning. I appreciate you being here. And don't forget, I'll add you in. I appreciate you coming up with this. And I'm going to work on that this week. I'm not going to have a whole lot of time because I'm traveling for work this week. But let's see what I can come up with. And maybe by next weekend, I have something to show for it. At least one, right? To get it started. Yeah, I appreciate it. That's kind of the fun thing of working with this on here and working with everybody in chat. All right, so I think we're going to try to tackle... We're doing okay with most things, right? But we need to tackle why the lizards are being weird. So, our lizard folk battles auto restart. So it's currently auto restarting. I think I set it up here, right? Yeah, combat with the lizard folk. It's weird. You go in, you fight, you defeat the enemies in that combat, and it auto restarts. And I don't know why. But we're going to restart this just to see if it was some sort of fluke, right? So. Come on. There we are. Okay, wait for OBS. There we are. All right, we'll end that. Oh, it would help if I have the sword on. Yes. There we go. All right. There. So that's the bug, right? I don't really know what's causing it or any of that. So we fight the lizard folk. So yeah, on defeat, it starts a new battle. Also does it for when run is used. Let's double check that. Yes. Oh, we got 5 or 4. All right. Well, let's look up our global player just died. No, we don't need that. I need what is this going to be in? Battle? At least your problem very much shows what's going on. Is this GameMaker Studio? It is. Yep. So my current issue, and welcome in, by the way. My current issue is if I defeat these guys or use run for this particular enemy, it just restarts into a new battle, right? And I'm not entirely sure what's causing some of it with them. So we got object. We're going to pull up lizard. We need our battle manager as well. And I'm pretty sure it's all the time with that particular enemy. It doesn't do it with the rats. I haven't tested the skeletons. I should probably go do that now. So we'll come down through here. We'll go down, find the cave, and test the skeletons. And Starfish, good morning. It's nice to see you. All right. We do have this issue. Let me add that to my list. I need to double check why that's occurring, right? So, when combat with the skeletons, it creates a second player that's controllable. There we are. All right, let's hit T and that thing. Good morning. Oh, and Jeepin's back on. How is everyone this morning? I'm doing well. Jeepin got up early, but I think she's still hanging out in bed. I rearranged a little bit here on my stream stuff. I don't quite like where I put the camera way up here. I'm going to be moving it back over to the side a little bit more. Like yesterday's stream. On how the angle looked yesterday. Yeah. Alright, let's defeat these guys. Oh, wait. It would help if I put my sword on. There we go. That helps. So we need to check if the combat repeats when you defeat these guys. Yes. Okay, so not with the rats, but it does repeat with lizard and skeletons. And if I try to run away, will it repeat again? Yes. So, yeah. I don't quite know what's causing that. I wonder if we can... We'll see. I'd like to get that fixed because I want to try to take it today, the game, to a game dev meetup, right? So it's the game dev, the local game dev guild meetup today. And I'd like to showcase my game at it and have other people test it to get some more input. So doesn't GameMaker use its own language? Yes, GameMaker uses GML, GameMaker language. It doesn't look like I use it. No, this is GML. It's kind of like a script language. I'm not it's not in C#, that's for sure. Or C++, I meant. But GameMaker uses its own language. A lot of it's similar to probably JavaScript is the closest thing you can think of. However, there was note that I'm on GameMaker 2026 LTS, the long-term stable. There was note GameMaker updates on the release notes, the latest one. Somewhere it talked about the stinkiness that comes out of chat. No, it doesn't really talk about that. It talked about in the future editions, like versions of this, they want to include I want to say it, we're going to try it. Yes. No, it does. That's not it. They are going to be making it so that I think it's going to allow Java, maybe C#. Nope.
Yeah, well, that means another coffee break.
Is it time for another coffee break? Ooh, ad starts in like 3 seconds. So, when that happens, which it just did, I'm going to grab some more coffee because it's a coffee break. And when I get back after ads, we'll take care of the Sophie treat. Don't let me forget, Starfish. Don't let me forget. All right? So I'm going to take a quick be right back, grab some more coffee, and we'll get back to it in a minute. Hang tight. All right. We're back. What do we got? Jeepin, yes. It is not 10 o'clock yet. It's only 9. You got up early. Starfish, they really want you to check for Travago. Little do they know you don't go anywhere. That's not true, Starfish. You need to check for a trip to come here. Welcome in. Welcome in, Raiders. Brent, how you doing? Long time no talk. I was talking to Brent on his stream a little bit before I got started, And yeah. Doing good. I appreciate it. So, how'd the rest of your stream go? We're currently trying to figure out a weird bug with my objects, right? So I don't really know what's kind of going on with some of it. But yeah, you get a few more skills implemented. Nice. I have not done a whole lot more with skills yet. They're in here. I'm trying to fix some of the basic stuff. Some things that are going on, right? So in here, as soon as OBS sees it, like I have the skill tree. They're just, I haven't done a whole lot with it. Not yet. And my latest thing was I was fixing or redoing my inventory with the stat bar, right? And now we have some extra stuff there, right? This spot is going to be charms. And the charms are going to have like a magic item, right? So it's going to give you passive buffs. So different types. And that'll be what this is for. And then this is for keys. So opening locked doors or chests or that kind of stuff. You'll have a key right here, right? And that's that. But what is going on is it doesn't occur with the rats, but it does with the lizards and the skeletons, where the battle doesn't end. It just either, if you defeat them, it just starts over and it's a whole new battle, or if you try to run away, it doesn't do anything either. It just restarts the battle. So I don't know. It's just some random little bug, you know, but it's getting there. Most everything else is pretty good now. So not entirely sure what is causing that to do it, right? So what's new? Lots of stuff. I didn't know, so I didn't notice it occurring because I've only been testing stuff with the rats for a while. I have no idea when it actually started occurring at this point. It's probably been 2 weeks since I tested things with the lizards. So 2 weeks worth of updates. And somewhere in there is the mess up. Maybe it's the scope. Did you program them very differently? No, they're kind of programmed pretty close, right? And it's something new. So they were working fine, but over the last course of the last 2 weeks, maybe even 3 weeks, I've done a lot of different updates on stuff, and way too many commits to try to go back and figure it out. So just going to have to try to slowly figure it out, I guess. Right? The Jenga tower, pretty much. And it happens from time to time. It does. Like I said, it doesn't happen here. So if we go in and we go into the basement where the rats are, we'll close this off. If we attack these guys and kill them, ran out of points. One more turn. And we kill the rats. It properly sends you back into the main map or world, right? Yeah, I mean that's kind of where it is. It was a recent discover. We only discovered it right before ad break. Oh, and I was supposed to do something. What was I supposed to do? Starfish. You did a Sophie treat. I almost totally forgot. I got sidetracked. See, you got to remind me. All right, let's switch over real fast to the Sophie cam. Oh, did you drop it? Oh, you got it. All right. There we are. Just for you, the Sophie treat. Oh, I said the T word. No, I don't. I didn't have another one. No, I don't. I'm sorry. You have to wait. All right. There we go. So coming in with a second one. Thank goodness, because I said the word and she's 100% ready for it. That's it. Thank you for saving me. All right, so our problem's not with the rats, right? In our battle manager, and it could be this, but yeah, I should always try to check everything. But that's tough to do sometimes. I wonder if let me put this back in. That may crash, but let's just test it real fast. You got my back? I appreciate it, Starfish. So we're going to see what I can get done today on stream. Then after stream, I have maybe an hour before I need to get ready and go to the local game dev guild meetup, where I'm going to have some people test this stuff. All right, we need to... We're going to cheat. Let's put... let's put a lizard right here. Let's do the same thing for a skeleton. But let's put the skeleton farther down the road. All right. Yeah, that should work. Better not get caught out in this. Oh, it's storming. All right, so we have the lizard. It's going to show up right there. If we try to run, that was it. It instantly restarted it. So that was not the fix. And we can't get out of this. So, all right, let's close that. Let's go back in here. Let me turn this back off. There we are. Going to ask a silly question, but can't. You just make a fail-safe. What? You're going to ask silly questions, but can't you just make a fail-safe if statement or something? Teleport through the code. Yeah, I think so. How would I do that? Let me think about where this is. So it uses multiple objects, right? So you have the object that is in the map here, and it creates object lizard, and then it brings you into the battle, right? And the battle just has a representation for it. So let me think about where it's all going for the code. And welcome in Panooch, sliding in with a Sophie treat. Switch over. That's it. Brent, you raided in and slacked. You did. Panooch beat you. See? That's it. You lost out today. Speechless. I know. But that's what happens. You were here. You got here first. You raided in. But you know, Panooch was faster on the button. That's all. You have brought dishonor on your dog ancestors. True. So, all right. So we're checking for end. If my array does not contain global defeated enemies, global enemies ID, array push. If our turn is over, all right, let's run this for a minute. And let's try and walk. Hold on. I want to put something in here. So I think what we're going to check is post-battle. Actually, let's do that one. If active enemies. I think that might be a good one. Now that's a cool bongo emote. And stinkiness. Homeless, it's getting a little stinky in here. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? Okay. So what right. All right. So we brought down this. And we do run. That didn't break, nor let's do it again. None of that's causing the break. All right, so that's not correct. Where did I put the break? Let's see my alarm. So inside here, we go to alarm 2. We have alarm 0 here. If our next return battle room, I want to see if it hits the return at all. So we'll test that. Where is the steam machine? The steam machine is right over there. Yes. Panooch. Jeepin probably needs some help. You use capture cards, right? for some of your stuff. So the issue is getting the sound to work properly through OBS. She figured out yesterday, she got it all set up for you. No. Oh, okay. When she runs the Steam machine, it goes to both the TV and to her computer, and she can see the Steam machine in OBS, so she can capture whatever game it is that she's playing. However, if I'm correct, Jeepin, you are having problems with getting the audio to come through. And that's, I think, what she needs. Yeah, she doesn't hear anything. So the audio is not coming through, and having trouble trying to split that out to do it. Is she using an Elgato card? No, but it's similar. Give me a minute. Let me find which one she is using. So it's not like anything super nice. It's one of these, like this style, right? This is it. Okay, so for your Xbox, yeah. And maybe it's because of this. Oh. What if we have to do that, Jeepin? She can see the video, right? But it has audio out jack on the back of it, right? What if you go audio out into your computer, audio in? Right, so let's take this and let's go to the whiteboard. We're gonna sidetrack for a minute, right? Let's come in here. But now let's make a box. That's your computer, right? And we're gonna draw some sort of line. What if it goes from here to your computer, right? So audio out on this little capture device where your headset would like be, so you could hear it. I guess that's the first thing. We'll test it with the headset here to see if you hear it. If so, let's run it straight into from here directly into your audio in on the back of the computer. You tried plugging it into your Go XLR, but that caused static. Well, I think we'll try it on the sound card on the back of the computer. And maybe that might work. All right. Ideas, thoughts on trying to get audio for this. You can join the web whiteboard, right? Just come in here. You can write some stuff, draw, whatever it works. But I think dog hair everywhere. This, I think, is the solution. I totally didn't realize, forgot that this was on here. Did she select capture audio when she select the capture device in OBS? We'll see what she says. Yes. Yeah, so that is current. All right, we're going to run and test this. And we're going to try running. No, that repeats. Okay, and it didn't flag my little mark here. So that is not being hit at all. Let's do this. And let's see if it hits the switcher. All right. So, Jeepin, inside all the stuff upstairs, it's probably in... I use I have a tackle box, like a fishing tackle box, but it has all the wires in it instead. It's probably in there, but it's a audio jack from in to in, right? So we probably need that. It's inside, you know, I have a like my own Radio Shack store upstairs, where all my techie parts go to reside. And yeah, I do. When you're done getting ready, yeah. And we'll test it. I think that hopefully will work. All right, let's run. No good there. What about... So... All right, let's look at this. My object for the lizard really has nothing in it, right? It's all inheriting. So we go in here. I feel like Pokemon is the answer to this. Pokemon could be the answer. Pokemon is the answer to most things. I just can't throw a capsule and capture them anymore. That's pretty much it. Nor, well, that's not true. I can throw it. It just can't capture them the same way. And you can't release the Pokemon out of the sphere. Kind of like the lawsuit with Pow World, right? It ended up that Pow World was unable to throw the sphere to release the pals. They can't do that. So when you open and release your pal, it appears right beside you. That's all. Let's look through this. So Global defeated enemy. I think I need to look that up. I don't remember what it does so much. So, global defeated enemy ID. This is in Battle Manager. Player step battle here. Oh, it's in all kinds of stuff. All right. Let's go to battle. Let's go to this one. All right. Array defeat. I think I probably have some of this wrong, but the weird thing is it works fine with the rats, right? And all the code is basically the same. So I think what's happening is when we return to the world after defeating the enemy, the original world enemy, be it lizard or skeleton, is there and still active, and so it immediately, like instantly, brings you back in within one frame. So it feels like it just keeps repeating. It's too fast for your eyes to see. So maybe it's not. If it's doing that, let's walk through this. If it's doing that, maybe it's not deleting the enemy from the world map. So we just needed to make sure it's deleting the enemy. Yeah, so we need to make sure it deletes the enemy when the player is returning to the world map. Right? I guess, welcome in. How you doing? How's your Sunday? So it needs to more like delete the enemy. Yeah. I think that's kind of what's happening. So, right? I'm going to run it again and see if I can see it flash like real fast. All right, there it is. OBS has it. Let's go do the test one. All right, close that. All right, let's do a defeat first. Oh, it would help if I put the weapon here. Right, so there, second one takes its place. Ah, one more turn. Okay, so you can't really see it there, but we did hit the instance object destroy of battle switcher. So our stopping point. All right, we'll leave this up. I need it to run. We're going to step over or into or step out. Let's do in. Then we go to room battle return room. If interior rooms, that's just audio. Well, I'm kind of going through step by step. Unfortunately, I have it open, so you can't really see it. I don't really know. All right. Let's close this. And we'll come back into here. Where do I have my stop point? Right here. All right, let's turn that off. Let me run it again. It hit that. Come through. All right, so if we run. There was a very, very fast flash. If we defeat this guy. Oh. Yeah, it's like super fast, and then it just kind of restarts. Maybe it's on player ID. Maybe none of this is actually related to the enemy. Player step. We have our battle cooldown. Right here. We have our battle return, battle defeated. It doesn't see my X start. No, this is not a read-only variable and can be set as well as read. All right, but it sees it. So I think I need to relabel this. So the enemy ID, defeated enemy instance ID. We'll try that one. And we'll do that the same thing here. Now, I think we'll leave this part alone. All right, so doing that changed the color on X start and Y start. It should see them now. All right, but the counterpart to that is in Battle Manager. Alarm 2. I want it to be instance exist. Can I add this as a second confirmation? So if instance exists, object battle switcher and instance exist, global defeated enemy instance ID, right? Can I do that and then give it two things down here? Destroy battle switcher. Destroy. Global defeated instance ID. We're going to try it. I may end up having maybe only doing the instance ID. All right, let's run it. Maybe. Lord or load. Oh, my brain. Load variable. I read it as Lord Vader and I was like, what? I was like, oh, my brain in the morning doesn't always function the way it should, but that's okay. It's okay. All right, let's go in and try this real fast, right? So if I run, I did not. Let's try to defeat. Oh, I need my thing. All right. There. All right. So we defeated it, but it's not deleting the enemy. All right, and it's not letting me do it again. All right, we're getting closer, I think. So it's not letting me battle again. All right. That is probably not correct. Yeah. Oh, well. At least I have friends now. True. They want to play. It's just not letting me. That's all. And what do we have going on back there? Hi, G-Pen.
Hi.
What you doing? You making some tea?
Yes, the fairies didn't make it and bring it to me. So,
Since, yeah, and Arwen and them didn't bring you up any tea. I told Arwen to leave her cage and bring you the tea,
she's
but
not dealing with it.
I know she's like, what do you mean I have to bring you tea? She's like, I can't even hold the teacup.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know, Arwen is the 5-year-old Quaker parrot. Sits pretty much right behind me, just a little bit behind me, right? But likes to argue and sits there and chats or chatters most of the time when I'm doing stuff because she thinks I'm talking to her. She doesn't understand that, you know, there's nobody here, but I'm talking. So she's like, you're talking to me. All right, we're getting closer. So I'm going to double check it with the skeleton now. I think it looks like when we defeat them, we can leave. But it's... Actually, I should go check the rats first, too. Make sure I didn't mess up the rats. All right, so now we're in here. Combat. Oh, it would also help. I need to start remembering this. All right, one more turn. Nope, I broke the rats. All right. Gotcha. What I did was I'll show you. Apparently I was clicked on here and not on my game screen, and so the A and W for movement ended up on my code. So we're going to delete that and try it again. And I think before, let's see if she's still down it. Yep. Okay, so I think that might work with your audio. I didn't even think about that thing having a audio out on it, like the capture card.
I thought about it, but I didn't know if it would work or not.
I mean, it's worth a shot. There should be a audio in or audio to audio cable upstairs, but this should work hopefully with your capture card. Hamster, good morning. How you doing? I've lurked a little bit. I've been unable to chit chat. Work has been crazy for me lately, and so yeah. Hope you're doing well. What we're currently looking at is Jeepin got the Steam machine, right? We are able to currently use a capture card. We can get the video to show up, but audio is being a little weird. I'm gonna sneeze. I did in fact sneeze. So audio is being a little weird with her capture device, but like she's going to try and move, like use a audio out into the computer to capture it. We just can't split it this way. For whatever reason, it's not coming out that way. So Linux audio, yes. So that is what she's going to try to work on. All right, let's go back in and test a couple things here. All right, we're going to defeat these guys. Oh, wait, before I forget, I need to switch and make sure I have my weapon equipped. All right, so that worked. That brought us back out. Right? Let's go check the test for the lizard and the skeleton. We'll do the... Let's try it with the lizard guy first. Oh. It's not working, and I think the delay... I messed up the delay. All right. Well, that's fun. It's not going to work with the skeleton either, right? No, it's all messed up. All right. Do you need more light on or anything, Jeepin? Say that again.
Adapters, because these were too small.
Oh. Should be a black cable. Oh, but you have adapters on it. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll probably have to wait till. I said I'll probably have to wait till I can turn lights on, but it's no rush.
All right. Well, I'm just about to end here because it's just about 10 o'clock. I have a few things I need to do before I leave in about an hour. So I think this is a good spot. We're going to end here. I mean, it's a good spot to end, but like none of the lizard folk or the skeletons are really working. I don't know why. I'll mess with it later. Hopefully figure it out today because I leave first thing in the morning. I fly out. I won't be back until Friday. I don't know how much dev time or I'm going to be able to do on a laptop in the hotel. And yeah, have a safe trip. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just flying into Nashville for the week and for our business meetings and stuff like that. So should be good. But I'll be on a laptop, so I deserting. True. You know, every now and then, I just, she's got to stay by herself. So I get to party. True. I get to go to Nashville and party for the week. But, yeah, and you have to remember to eat and drink water. I know. Along with, making sure you go to work. Yeah, you got to still go to work during the week. I'm giving Jeepin all these regulations and stuff that she has to do while I'm not here. So, yep. All right. Well, I think it's a good spot. We're going to go visit somebody that is working on their game in GameMaker. And we're going to see how it goes, right? So we're going to visit Treehouse Fire, who's working on their game, like I said, in GameMaker. Not on the current version, on one of the older ones. But, yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to figure this out today. So no stream for me tomorrow because obviously I'm traveling. And so the next time you see me will be on Saturday of next weekend. And it should be good, right? But don't forget, you can join the Discord, which Jeepin put the link in. There is a game dev section in there. You can just choose the game dev role if you would like to be a part of it. And at some point today, probably around 12:30, Jeepin is supposed to be game streaming. And I will be off to the local game dev guild meetup. But let's go ahead and say hi to Treehouse Fire. I hope everybody has a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye now.